Hey, hi everyone, this is Mukesh Otwani from learn-automation.com. Today in this video, we are going to talk about one of the most important concept in Java is known as abstract class. Now, as we already know that we have abstraction topic in Java, and in order to achieve abstraction, we need to understand abstract class as well. So let's quickly see what exactly we are going to cover in this session. So we'll talk about what is abstract keyword first of all, what is abstract class, method, and definitely with examples. So I will take two examples. One is how exactly in real world Selenium use this abstract class and how we will use just to demonstrate this particular abstraction. Now, abstraction is one of the most important part of OOPS concept, which talks about it's talk about it's a process actually, okay, which will only show you the essential features and it will hide the background details. Okay, so when we talk about WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver, you will understand what do I mean by abstraction. But for the time being, just understand this definition. I will show you through examples. But it's just a small process where you will only show the essential features and you will hide the background details. Or I will not say hide, but you will not show the implementation part. So which class will be known as abstract class? Okay, so whenever you write any class with abstract keyword, it will be known as abstract class. So guys, don't worry, I will show you everything through examples one by one. Just give me a few minutes and you will be able to relate it each and everything. So another point, let's say you have a class. Inside that class, even if a single method is abstract method, your class will become abstract class. Abstract class can contains abstract method and non-abstract method as well. And finally, we cannot create object of an abstract class. So these are the few things or few rules you need to remember before jumping into abstract class. Now, let's talk about how it starts, okay, and when and how to use abstract class. So in order to understand this complete process, let's take one example. So guys, before jumping into this video, I would highly recommend you to watch my previous videos where we discussed about interfaces and we also discussed about the inheritance, right? So if you don't understand inheritance and interface, then you will not understand the abstract class at all. Okay, so it's my request, please go ahead and watch the previous two videos where we discussed about interfaces and inheritance. So this is the precondition before jumping into this video. Now, in order to understand the complete concept, let's understand we have one interface called, let's say, employee. Now, this employee, let's say one company, or let's stick to employee. Now, this employee will definitely will have one salary, right? So, if you talk about interface, every method is by default abstract method. Okay, so we'll talk about this. Let's say it has one salary method. Second method is, let's say, some goodies or something which he will got after joining the company. And the last part is the work or the task. Okay, work assigned. So this is one interface. So whenever any employee joined one company, definitely he will get some salary, he will get some goodies and some stuff, and he will definitely get some task assigned, right? Now this is one interface. So definitely we need one class which implements all its method, right? So now let's say we created one class and let's say this class is IT department. Now this is a class which will implement all the method, or let's say few methods of employee. So let's say this class implements goodies part and it will also implement work, right? Because it has to provide some IT related work. So definitely this class will implement these two methods. So which is goodies and the work assigned. But this salary part, this IT department cannot do, right? Because IT department is not responsible for salary and bonus and other ratios. So, but the condition is when you implement this interface, you have to implement all the method. Now the new concept comes into picture. Now let's say if one of the method which you don't want to implement, you can mark this method as abstract method. You can say that I don't want to implement this method at all because this is not my cup of tea. This method has to be implemented by some other class. In that case, let's say we have another one class called HR. Now definitely HR or the payroll department will take care of this salary part, right? And now this is a class, this is also class. So this class will be extended by HR class, and this method will be implemented by HR class. So let's say whatever the method is, this method will be implemented by HR class. So this is what the abstraction class, okay, not exactly the abstract class. I will show you. So this is abstract method. This method, if you have even a single method is abstract, it will create abstract class. And if it is abstract class, you cannot create object. You need another class who will implement this method. Okay, for the time being, just understand this complete example. Technically, I will explain you through program. So this is the need. Now, when you talk about interface, it's 100% abstraction, right? Because you don't have even a single method which is defined, only you have the declaration or the prototype. So 100% abstraction when it comes to interfaces. When it comes to abstract class, okay, it's not 100% abstraction because you will have few methods implemented and few methods you will still have abstract. So it's not let's say 0 to 100% abstraction for abstract classes. Here nothing is defined, so interface is 100% abstract class. Abstract class can have abstract method and non-abstract method as well. Okay, so let me show you through this example, then it will be very easy for you. So I have this project which I created. Let me create a package called Java tutorials. Okay, we already have, so maybe we can go ahead and use that. So let me create a interface first, and this is same like employee. Now this employee interface will have three methods. First method is definitely the salary part. Nobody will work without salary. Now second method which we will use goodies, and the last method which we will use called work. Now this is the interface. Okay, by default every method of interface is abstract. Okay, so whether you mention or not, by default each and every method of interface is abstract. It means it does not have any body at all. Now we need separate class, right, which will implement all this method. So this I will say IT department. Now this IT department, definitely it has to implement one interface. So it will implement EMP, which is employee. The moment it says I want to implement employees, it has to implement all the methods, right? So you can see this, add an implement method. So now these are the methods which is coming from employee, that it has to get some goodies, it has to assign some task, and it has to assign some salary. And let's say this goodies part, I will say he got one laptop, and when it comes to work part, he got some, let's say, automation stuff. But now IT department is not capable enough, or based on their functionality they don't handle the salary part now. So if they don't want to implement, right, the moment they say I don't want to implement, again we will get error. So if you put mouse over, it says either add the body or you need to make it to abstract method. Okay, so the moment you say public, abstract. Now this method become abstract method. It means you will not have any body for this. The moment you write abstract keyword, your class will become abstract class. Okay, so you can see now this class become abstract class. So it means if your class have even a single method is abstract method, your class will become abstract class. The moment your class become abstract class, you cannot create object at all. Okay, let me show you. Let's say hey, I have another class. This class is say let's say HR. Now this have let's say public static void main string args. Now if I try to extend IT department, okay, again I will get one error. Why this error is coming? Because IT department have one abstract method. So now HR team has to implement. Now until and unless I don't implement, it will not allow me to compile my program as well. So you can see the power of abstraction. Now until and unless this method is not implemented, you cannot even compile your program. So you need to implement. You can see this part, right? Salary part. Now HR will say based on the experience we will decide the salary. For the time being, let's say I will say the salary is 5 lakhs per annum. Now your class is ready. Okay, now if you see the hierarchy, first of all we have employee, which is nothing but an interface. By default every method in interface is abstract method. Sorry, it's a complete concrete so now employee interface. Now here you can see we have three methods. All three methods are abstract methods by default. So we have a IT department which implemented employee interface and it implemented two methods. One method is still not implemented. The moment you say I don't want to implement, you need to make this method as abstract. The moment you make one method as abstract, your class will become abstract. The moment your class become abstract, you cannot create object. So now who will implement this method? The class which will extend this class will implement. So you can see I have HR team which extend IT department. So it has to implement the salary part. If you don't implement, your employees will not work for you. It means it is mandatory. Now you can play with the data. Now if I create object of HR team, so let's say HR equal to new HR. If you say HR dot, first of all he has to get some work. First of all, let's say goodies. Then he will get some work, and finally he will get some, let's say, salary. Now this is we discussed already in our previous sessions that I'm creating object of child class, okay, and reference also of child class, so I can access everything. Now let me add one more method here, public void, and this time I will say bonus. Now this bonus is optional guys, so we don't have this from interfaces. This method only belongs to HR team. So if I create one method called bonus is, let's say 1 lakh. So if you say HR dot bonus, we can access this bonus method because it belongs to HR team. We are creating object of HR team. This is first scenario. Second scenario, now if I don't want to create reference of HR team, this time I want to access only IT department. So if I say IT equal to new HR team, in this case, even though I'm creating object of HR, but reference is still pointing to IT, so I can only call first of all goodies, then I can call work, and I can call salary. I cannot call bonus because bonus belongs to HR team, which is nothing but HR class, and we are creating reference of IT department, which only has three methods. So the moment you say IT dot bonus, you'll not get. Okay, now this is another scenario. Reference of object of child class, but reference is still point to base class. Now the moment I say we cannot create of object of abstract class, so let's try to create object of abstract class. The moment I say IT1 equal to IT department, okay, you can see it is not allowing me to create. And when you put mouse over, it says you cannot instantiate. It means you cannot create object of it. Now the question comes, why? Everybody will tell you that we cannot create object of interface, we cannot create object of abstract class, but why? Now here comes the golden rule or the golden statement by Java. If your class is not fully implemented, then we will not then we will not allow you to create object. So when it comes to abstract class, okay, abstract class have abstract method as well, which is not implemented, so we will not allow you to create object. When it comes to interface, in interface we don't even have a single method which is purely defined or it has body, right? It is fully abstract, single method implemented. That's the reason we cannot create object of interface as well. Clear? Now the last point, interface is 100% concrete, or I will say 100% abstract class, because it has all method as abstract method. But abstract class can have, if you talk about this, abstract class can have non-abstract method and abstract method as well. I hope you are able to relate what I'm trying to say. Now if you know or if you're familiar with Selenium, then definitely you must be familiar with one of the class called By class. If you are not familiar with By class, it's okay. Once you move forward to Selenium, you will understand. For the time being, I will show you how exactly this By class implemented in Selenium. So I'm just creating one program so that I can show you. If you just write by, you can see this a means it's abstract. If you just go back here, if you notice clearly, this is I interface and you can see J with A, so it's an abstract class. In the same way, when I say by xpath equal to by dot xpath, you can see this by class. This class is abstract class. Can you see? And this has one abstract method. So this is real implementation how it used in Selenium. So we have a separate abstract class called by class, which has some non-abstract method. You can see all these are non-abstract. They have proper body. One of the method which is not properly defined is find elements. Because of this, they made this method as abstract class. Abstract method. Now, even if a single method is abstract, your class will become abstract class. Okay, it's a lengthy class, so whenever you have time, just go through it. Okay, so this is one example. I can give you many examples in Selenium which will give you complete idea how this abstract class works. Okay, since it's abstract class, the moment you say by a equal to new by, you cannot create object of abstract class because it is not properly or not fully implemented. Okay, so guys, I hope you understand the concept. Now the last point before I end this session, The moment you write WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, just let me write. The first line itself has the abstraction. Why? You don't know how this browser is getting invoked, what is the implementation, right? So since it's an interface, it's a class, this class has implemented all the methods of WebDriver. So one line itself has the abstraction. You are able to invoke the browser with a single statement. You don't know what is happening in the background, how it is running, how it is calling the Chrome driver services and all. So this is the perfect example of abstraction. Okay, so I hope I covered all the points. Now if you just try to read these statements again, you can understand what I was about to cover. So it's a process of showing the essential features, hiding the background details. A class with abstract keyword will be known as abstract class. Even if a single method in a class have abstract keyword, okay, that class will become abstract. You cannot create object of abstract class. Plus you can have abstract, in abstract class you can have abstract method and non-abstract method as well. I hope you understood this concept.